Brandon Herrera is running for Congress. Fuck yeah. I'll vote for him. If I can. I probably can't.
In the 1976
probably doing it
film
from Texas.
Rocky, despite what people might remember, Sylvester Stallone's character Rocky Balboa doesn't actually win in the climax of the film. Instead, everyone is just impressed that despite him going up against the
I've never seen a single Rocky movie. Oh.
current champion, he, being a rough around the edges everyman, goes the distance, beating everyone's expectations, and almost wins.
Ain't gonna be no rematch.
I've seen Creed 1 and 2. That's it. Never seen a single Rocky movie.
No rematch.
In fact,
I'm sorry.
it's not actually until the rematch in Rocky 2
You can hate me
that
down there in
Stallone's
the
character
comments if you
actually
want.
succeeds
What it's there
and
for.
finally wins the title. Welcome to Rocky 2, Tony. My name is Brandon Herrera. I'm a serial
Hello.
entrepreneur, Second Amendment activist,
Serial entrepreneur.
content creator, firearm
funny.
manufacturer, and 2 years ago, I made the
that the
decision to run for
AK-50?
Congress.
That's why I'm running for Congress.
It was a terrifying jump into unfamiliar territory. But I did it because the congressman who represented me, Tony Gonzalez, even though a Republican, kept making bad votes that just made no sense to me. Like voting for Biden's gun control, opposing border security, selling out American interests on behalf of other countries,
Oh,
and a
you
bunch
mean
of
a
other things
grifter.
that shocked me to learn that a Texas Republican would vote
Yeah.
for.
Yeah, he was grifting.
And I wasn't alone. Texas Republicans were so disappointed in him, they took the almost unprecedented move of censuring him. But we still needed somebody to stand up to him, which is why 2 years ago, I made the decision to jump in the Republican primary. For those who don't know, a primary election is when voters of both parties get to vote on who's going to represent their party in the coming election. So if your party's representative was particularly bad, like mine was, you get the option to replace them. Now, statistically, replacing an incumbent that wants to
Statistically.
run for re-election is very hard to do.
Yep.
But we gave it a shot. What followed was one of the
Yeah, it's so hard for regular people. Just like regular, everyday people. If you work at McDonald's, good luck. If you work at a grocery store, good luck. You ain't running for shit.
craziest 10-month journeys of my life, running for office in Texas Congressional District 23, one of the biggest in the country, against one of the best funded members of Congress in the entire country. I'll get more in a couple details later, but long story short, we succeeded in our goal of taking him to a runoff, which in certain states, Texas being one of them, if the incumbent doesn't get
Like, even rich YouTubers can't win. When they put so much work, so much money behind it, even they can't win.
above 50% of the vote in the primary, he then goes into a special secondary election, where it's between the people who came in first and second, which means all the challengers were taken off the board except for me and Tony. What followed was a brutal 2-month runoff where I had all of the guns and money of the establishment pointed directly at my forehead. With over $10 million being
And he
spent
almost
against
won.
me. I spent like 10 to 1. All that money being used on a campaign to essentially slander me where I live. I lost. By like 400 votes. By 1%. That is the map of an incumbent that was not having a good time. DC was kind of panicking. I mean, even the Speaker of the House came down and campaigned against me in a primary. But you know what? I came away from it being pretty optimistic, thinking that, you know, even though we just narrowly lost, maybe, just
Yeah,
maybe.
it sets crazy precedent. I actually think coming very soon in the near future, we're going to start seeing influencers more and more in positions of power. And I fucking can't wait. It's probably going to be the wrong ones, but some of them are going to be right, and I can't wait. It's going to be absolute cinema.
It made a difference. For one, we drained the DC establishment of millions of dollars that they weren't expecting to have to spend in this race. And I was hoping, you know, maybe this is a big wake-up call to Tony that, hey, half of your district is very, very upset with the job that you're doing. And if you don't start voting right, we can replace you. Like King Leonidas in 300, just reminding Xerxes that he can, in fact, still bleed. And it worked. Just kidding. Like 3 days after the election was over in November, he was on CNN arguing against deportations.
If the message is we're here to deport your abuelita, that's not going to work well.
But hey, it was a
Dude, like, what is that guy? He's pretending to be a Republican, but he's actually a Democrat. What the fuck? How's that allowed? That's why I think we need to get rid of the actual parties. Because you can just, like, straight up be a Republican and pretend to be a Democrat. You're just barely a Democrat. Barely enough to be considered a Democrat. But you're a Democrat, you know? And vice versa. A Democrat who's barely Republican enough to be a Republican. I think we just need to ditch the actual party names, because a Republican in Texas is going to be completely fucking different than a Republican in New York.
Nice thought, right? When these people win, they feel untouchable. They will continue to do favors for the people who kept them in office and vote for garbage without any sense of accountability from the people who they hate and pretend to love when the cameras are on. The truth is, these people only understand one language.
Money?
The only way to stop them, truly stop them, is to win. I understand that now. After the last race, I'll be honest, I thought I was done, right? I gave it non a shot and I was happy to go back to my honestly comfortable life, shooting guns, making content with my friends, and running my businesses. But I'm not gonna lie, it started to eat at me. Those things that I didn't like about DC, about my congressman, they didn't change.
Let's go.
The things that the voters in the district were upset about, the reason so many of them were sick of their fake conservative congressmen, they didn't change.
We need more. We need more influencers in positions of power. Come on, Brandon, I hope you win.
People in the political world
fucking
kept telling
insane.
me, oh, nobody wins on their first try.
Go even harder this time than before. Holy shit.
Even during my first try, which, I'll be honest, kind of ticked me off because I was, gunning to prove him wrong. Spoiler alert.
Now, he's already been through it once. It's like Trump. Trump has been through it once. The second time's even fucking better. He's really got it figured out. You know what I mean? I think that's what's coming. Brandon knows what's going to be coming to him. He knows the kind of dirty games that these people play. And he's prepared. He's ready this time. And it's going to be a bloody battle.
But knowing all the problems that made me run the first time were still there, the more I realized that if I just decided to give it up now, I'd just be a quitter. I'd be giving up on the district. I'd be giving up on all the voters who counted on me. All of you who gave to the campaign, who volunteered, door knocked. As much as it's more comfortable to just look the other way, I can't bow out of a fight if I know I can make a difference. It's just not how I'm wired. Texas District 23 deserves a real conservative, not a cheap fake who plays one on TV.
Texas is the new Hollywood.
Or sometimes weirdly just forgets to try to. Somebody who actually understands and respects the Constitution, not just as like a cheap line, but actually respects it. Someone who will vote not just to protect, but to enhance your gun rights, not vote to throw them away when it gets inconvenient. Someone who will actually put America first, not talk.
Yeah, we need to get rid of these gun-free zones. These gun-free zones are fucking retarded. It's basically just a zone that's like, hey, nobody in here has any guns. Come and rob everybody and shoot everybody.
Talk about being America first while giving billions of dollars to foreign countries while America goes trillions deeper into debt. Someone who will actually vote to protect America's borders, not just claim that they will on TV during election season. Texas deserves better than Tony. I'm willing to put my life to the side.
Texas deserves Brandon Herrera. I don't know, deserve might be a strong word. Maybe Texas does deserve Tony. But they really need Brandon Herrera
To stand up and take that fight. And if I can, I'd like to ask for your help just one more time.
I wish I was a
Help me do
Texan.
it. Last time I think we might have actually broken a record for a number of small dollar donors in a
I live in the state of Chicago.
congressional race. The amount of you guys that were able to put together even just $5, $10, $20 blew away the DC professionals. I'm not even kidding. I had these conversations after the race with, DC types who do political data for a living, and they were in literal disbelief of what we were able to put together. All with no big super PACs, no special interests, no foreign lobbyists, just
Yeah, I think a bunch of that shit is out. I think it's on its way out because the regular people have figured it out that all this shit is really bad and it's against our interests, and they're all just evil, trying to generate as much money as possible, put as much money behind their candidate as possible to get them elected. And they'll just put people in place without any kind of vote, nobody deciding except for the people at the very top controlling everything. No, we're going to run Kamala Harris. We don't care what anybody else thinks. Us five at the top, we know that Kamala is our gal. It's fucking insane. It shouldn't be like that, and people are catching on.
me and you guys. They literally didn't believe me until I showed them the numbers. I mean, we were able to raise over $1 million without having to play the DC games and beg people who definitely don't expect favors in return.
It's gonna get way better. It's gonna get way worse. Way worse, I mean. In general, it is gonna get way worse. Like, this is gonna be a crazy battle. Crazier than the last time, because they're gonna have to try some new tricks, because Brandon's already got it all laid out on video every tactic that they tried doing to him.
But this time, I want to make sure we give them a fight they're not ready for.
I'll give you a war you won't believe.
You can check out the campaign website and donate at
Straight up going politically Rambo
to help with this fight. But first, before I even make that ask, I just want to show you that I'm putting my own money where my mouth is. Last race, I ended up putting about $150,000 of my own money in the campaign over the course of, let's say, 9 months or so. Much more if you include opportunity cost. I'm planning on doing a lot more this time.
He was really trying to have a baby. And his baby was his position in Congress.
And to start off strong, I'm going to be matching your donations in the month of August up to $100,000 personally, so we could blow this first month's projections out of the water. I hate that money is such a pivotal part of politics, but last time I saw exactly what happens when you didn't have enough. The establishment could barely handle us last cycle, and money and slander were the only two weapons they had. This time, if we keep the momentum up, they don't stand a chance. I want them to be afraid.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave this down in the description.
Not like I've got dirt on the Clintons and I'm about to catch a plane afraid, but, you know. Last time we also did monthly giveaways for people who donated to the campaign, whether it was stuff made by us or it was invitations to me and Cody's range days. And don't worry, even though it hasn't been announced yet, everybody who donates $5 or more to the campaign will automatically be entered in that giveaway.
That's
and
cool.
Recurring donors will automatically be entered in the future giveaways as well. And it probably goes without saying, but just to clarify, all of this campaign money will be going directly into campaign ads, yard signs, TV, social media, Facebook.
Weird.
Yes, Facebook, trust me. Radio.
Yeah, Facebook. Yeah. Old people, man. Old people. Oh boy. Let me tell you.
Ads, banners, etc. I make $0 off this. I get no payment from the campaign, either directly or indirectly.
Old right-wing people are on Facebook. Especially old right-wing people in small towns. That is the go-to app because towns stay connected on Facebook. They do. Like, that is what small towns use.
And like I said, I will be personally matching donations this month up to $100,000 just to kick things off. Because unlike the DC types, I don't need this. I already have my dream job.
I guarantee you Tectone is going to be putting at least 10K into this.
I'd be taking a pay cut to take this job. But I'm willing to do it because I truly feel like it's the best way I can currently serve my country.
I hope Asmongold puts some money into this too. That'd be fucking amazing.
Because that's what it should be. It's not a job. It's not a way to get rich. It's service. People forget that. And I'll take that pledge right now, on record. When I'm in office, I will not be buying, selling, or trading a single stock.
Yep.
Hell, I support legislation to ban it while in office. Again, unlike the DC types, I don't need insider trading to be successful. Although if you're looking for stock tips, I'd just recommend doing what Nancy Pelosi does. I hear that tends to work out for.
Okay, so I'm just going to point it out right now that I disagree with Brandon Herrera on a lot of politics. A lot of politics. But I think the politics that he has on a lot of the things that we disagree with is not the things that he's trying to push forward in the government. I think he's trying to do a lot of the freedom stuff and the gun stuff. And I'm for all that. I love all of that.
For some reason. But yes, I am officially throwing my hat back into the ring to finish what I started and get a turncoat Republican out of office. I am tired of Republicans saying that they're going to go in and they're going to fight for us. And then when the time comes to fight for something specific, they cave, they capitulate, they say, I had no choice.
Money
Most of them didn't
and
even
power.
bother to fight.
They'll lose it.
They can't buy me because they can't afford me. They can't threaten me because I'm not afraid of them. But they will attack me because they're afraid of people like me. People they know they can't control.
Yep. Especially once they start feeling like they're in a corner. Oh boy. They'll start going for your eyes.
You don't spend millions of dollars beating somebody you don't consider to be a threat. As the saying goes, you take the most flack when you're over the target. That's my cue. Sorry, gotta do a little walk and talk here. So if you're tired of career politicians, corrupt insiders who are willing to throw your rights away first chance they get for a check from big business or foreign interests, if you truly want to make politicians afraid again, I'd be honored to represent your voice. Oh, and if you're watching
Impag! Make politicians afraid again, Impag! That's the next movement.
this and you are from the establishment, just remember in the real world, there's more of us than there are of you.
That was good. Oh shit. Okay. That was good. That was a great ending. Damn. Yeah, if you want this guy for Congress in Texas, definitely vote for him and definitely put money into his campaign. This man, he needs to blow that money that he made last time out of the water. This man needs to win. It'd be good for the entire country for him to just have one position in Texas, in the Texas Congress. That'd be fucking amazing, man. Like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell for all notifications.